Thank you. Thank you. You guys excited for that Mrs. Doubtfire sequel? Yeah? I was watching the original the other day, and remember at the end of the movie when the mask comes off? Sally Field, she keeps going, Daniel, it was you the whole time? The whole time? Because really, wouldn't it be so much worse if it wasn't him the whole time? Yeah. Like there was already a Mrs. Doubtfire. Now she's chained to his radiator somewhere. He's like, no, not the whole time. 3 weeks ago, I followed Mrs. Doubtfire home, and I knocked her out with chloroform. Now I'm wearing her skin. I just want my kids back. Make this weird. I always pick up on stuff like that in like movies and music. Like I noticed the other day, there's a lot of songs out there about like catching somebody who cheated on you. But you don't hear any songs about like thinking somebody cheated on you and then confronting them and then you're wrong and they did it. Now you have to stand there like an idiot and listen to her explanation of where she was and it makes sense. Like, you ever hear that Whitney Houston song? She's like, Friday night, you and your boys went out to eat, but only 2 of you had dinner. I found your credit card receipt. What if the guy in that song is like, that's because we split the bill 3 ways, and then Tommy gave me cash, and then I used my credit card for the 2 of us. You psychopath? What did you dig through my trash again? I thought that was gonna stop. She's like, whoops, I'm sorry. I'll just go to bed now. I live in New York City right now, and I was on the street the other day. I saw a family. The parents were white, and the kids were Asian. They were adopted, obviously. But, okay. That's the setup. But whenever you see that, doesn't it feel like those parents are, like, showing off a little bit? Like, when they selected the baby, they were like, white one? No one's gonna know that we're heroes. Thank you. I'm from Jersey originally, and very nice. Yeah, I'm from like a very Italian part of Jersey, and one thing I remember about growing up there is like how heartbreaking it would be when your cute teacher would get married, and her cute name would change to something gross, you know? Like you come back from summer vacation, you're like, oh, hey, Miss Lumio, how was your summer? She's like, actually, Mike, I got married. I'm no longer Miss Lumio. Now I'm Mrs. Goo-Goo-Goo-Gots. I'm like, oh, good to know. You've been soiled by a fat contractor. I'll tell you something personal about me. I have a brother who's actually mentally challenged. He has severe autism. And I have another brother who's not autistic, though. And a friend of mine met that brother recently. Like, knowing that I have an autistic brother. And he comes up to me, he goes, yeah, Mike, I just met your brother. He's, like, barely autistic. I know. I think that's a funny thing to learn about yourself. You're not autistic, but people think you are. I'm like, you need to stop blinking so much. Stop wearing that propeller hat everywhere. My autistic brother, he does Special Olympics like every year, and this year he got disqualified from a race. Like that's a thing they do to Special Olympics athletes, apparently. Somebody had to blow a whistle in his face and be like, get out of here. You're done. And here's why he got disqualified. He was in a walking race, a speed walking race, and he ran. And he was like reprimanded for that. But yeah, does that make any sense to you guys? Why did they do that? He didn't ruin Christmas or squeeze a puppy too hard. He figured out how to win a race in his mind.